Strength 6 Engineering Problem Solving dice game final. I'm Savannah, and I basically worked on just the program flow and implementation, and I worked on a few of the conditions to end the game.
I'm Hitomi, and I was focusing on the animations and the randi function for the dice.
Hi, I'm Ollie. I'm focusing on designing the interface and also adding a bonus game part for the game.
I'm Cindy, and I mainly worked on summing the values and comparing the winners, and then have a click button to restart the whole game.
So I'm going to get into demoing the game. Here's this button first that shows you how to play. So you can click it and it pops up in another window, and here's the rules. It says how to play. The point of the game is to get the greatest sum, but in order to get the greatest sum, you have to roll at least one dice during a round, and then also get a 1 and a 4 as part of your set in order to have your set summed. And then between the two players, the player with the greatest sum wins. And that closes, and here's our start button. So player starts by pressing the start rolling button. You can hear the animation and also see you can hear the audio and also see the animation. So since 1 is part of our condition, I'm gonna click that, and I'm also gonna click a 6. And then it goes to the next player. 1 is part of our condition and 4. I'm gonna pick another 6. Hopefully a 4 comes up. Here's a 6 as well. Here's our 4. So at this point, both players have fulfilled the condition to win. And now I'm just gonna click random values to fill in here. Okay, so player 1 has selected all their dice, and then player 2 has selected all their dice as well. And since it goes through 6 rounds, we're just gonna click through it. And then here at the end, the totals get displayed, and it says that player 2 has won. And then this button right here, we can press restart, and it goes back to our main, start page. I'm gonna press start again, just so we can really walk through, how we were able to implement this. So I click the start button, and this is the function that we have here for our start button callback. And basically, Cindy, if you wanted to explain this, how we just have everything on one.
Yeah, so all of these are images that Ollie created, and then she created all these images that were implemented on this window. So how to achieve that, the multi-window effect, we essentially just switching the images visibility and on and off, and then make the images able to click or disabled to click, so that it achieves the multi-window effect. And here it's actually just everything crammed together on one window.
Okay, so once we are in our main game interface, you press start rolling. So we have a start rolling button, and that's where you hear the sound. And we actually have a callback for that as well. Here, roll dice image, and then it puts the audio, and then it also has this animate function and the roll dice function, which I can show you here. So we're going to begin with our animate, and Hitomi is going to explain this function.
For the animate function, we added all the dice images onto the image clicked, and it is going through every single image to give it the illusion that it is shuffling, and it will show each image when it is in that shuffle mode. And we also have our randi function, which will randomize each. It's at the bottom, yeah. We have a randi function between the numbers 1 through 6 for the dice, and it will display a random number, and it will correspond to the final image after it is being shuffled.
Here we have an image click. So then once we have a button click, let me sure if I need to go up or down. Oh, so we basically have all these functions here. As you can see, the image went dark, so we basically darkened it, I believe. I don't know if anybody wants to jump in and explain that part. They
if you go to line 614, for example, we just use player 1 dice 5. So once you click on it, and then the app.num is the one that Hitomi just used, just got assigned, is using the rendai function. And then we'll have a pen value which pen to the table. And then under that, we just disable the function so that it looks darkened and the player is not able to click on it. And then the append value here. So basically what we did is that we have two if functions saying that it's either player 1 or 2. And then we have a for loop saying that for each round, the appended value will go to the corresponding row. So for player 1, it will if the round is 7, and then it will just go to app.ui table.data 7, 1, which goes to row 7 and column 1, which appears on the table to be in player 1's section total.
And then it goes back and forth, which between those are just callbacks itself, and the done button just keeps track of which player we're on, and it also we're also updating the round at the same time. Ollie, if you wanted to explain the part that you worked on, you can kind of guide me through it in the demo. I know we didn't do it in the first part, but there's also a special feature here. So
yeah, so we created a bonus small game in this interface. It is when the player click on a certain sequence. So in this case, we can click on the M at the logo, and an I, and then N, T. That is when a secret edit field is going to pop up, and then we can fill in the password, which is mint, and T. And then we click on the T again, showing dice number 9. And then whichever player that click on the dice number 9, the value is going to add it to their table for this round. Yeah. And as shown, it's player 1 this time. And then at the end, the total is going to calculate for that player 2. And for the coding part, basically for each click, we are tracking the click by assigning a value. The first 2 clicks will be under the same image that's transparent and masked above the logo image. Every time the player clicked, we're going to add a value 3. Every time that the player click on the third image, we're going to add a value 6, and then lastly, value 9, until we check the bonus value equals to 137. That's when the password edit field going to show up. And then when the player put in the password, that's when the dice image going to show up. And next to that, we have the bonus click if loop, checking which player is clicking the dice 9 image. And then at the end, we add them to the table. Yeah.
I think that's our app, and I really hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much.